What's going on, YouTube? Back again with another recap and outlook video for today's trading session. So price was very clean today finally, and it was what I had anticipated after 3 days of very bad price action. Like I mentioned in the video yesterday, I wanted to see price come down and trade into the consequent encroachment of this daily fair value gap, which we did, which was great. So I wanted to see price come down and expand back up. So I actually thought that we might have traded, or that we were going to trade lower and actually close lower for the day. But after the news driver this morning at 8:30, it became pretty clear that we were in some sort of a consolidation reversal profile. And I expected the bullish expansion to finally happen. So just to recap the trade that I took today, it was honestly a huge test of patience and a refusal of FOMO for me. I saw a massive move happen after the news, which pretty much confirmed my bullish bias. However, I wanted to see price move down to discount. We could just do that, or we could use this entire range. So I wanted to see price come into discount before looking for an entry. In my experience, when you have massive moves like these from news with a massive fair value gap like that, I normally see price try to rebalance that before expanding back up or to the downside, depending. So I saw the retracement here, but these fair value gaps, this is a 15-minute, so if you even go on the 5-minute, these are pretty massive fair value gaps. So I wasn't really comfortable trying to take an entry here and having a 93-point stop loss. Even on the 1-minute, like if you were to come here, that's a 60-point stop loss. It's just way too much risk that I was willing to take or put on the table. So I just patiently waited. Wanted to see how price reacted to see if we were actually going to respect some bullish busies here, or sorry, some busies here, and see how we would react. If we were going to disrespect all of these, then maybe my bullish confirmation was wrong, and that we were actually going to switch over to a bearish bias for the day. But what I did notice was that on the 4-hour, we actually ended up trading into this breaker right here. So what you have here is, let me see if I can. So you got your low, high, low, high, low, and then rips up to take out that low, or sorry, that high. So in a sense, that becomes the breaker, and you see that price on the 4-hour actually retraced back and tagged that breaker, and then had a very strong reaction back up to the upside. So when I saw that, that was a big confluence for me that we were actually going to be bullish for the rest of the day. So after seeing that, I wanted to find an entry. That was my next job. So I hopped on over to the 15-minute based off of time frame alignment. And I began to notice another breaker forming right here. So it's the same concept, right? You got a high, low. You can consider that a low, another swing high, a low, and then you got your high right there. So that to me was another breaker. You can see it on the 5-minute a little bit clearer too. So you got high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then it just rips back up. So this actually on the 15-minute, you can see pretty clearly. You see the breaker, but then you also have this fair value gap. So that right there, if you don't know, is the unicorn entry, which is my favorite entry model. So yeah, while I was pretty proud of myself for staying rather patient all morning until the PM session, where I was especially proud was not FOMOing into longs, because as you see here, I can get rid of that. As you see here, price never tapped me in until quite literally the last couple of hours of the day. So this is around 2:45 p.m. So I had less than an hour and a half until the market closed. And I literally just watched price in the entire AM session and pretty much more than half of the PM session just kind of trade without me. And it was pretty frustrating to see, given that I had a good idea of what price was going to do, but it just never came back to tap me in. And that was kind of like all right here. Just watching it get closer and closer to what I thought was my final target up here. Got pretty close to it, and then it just decided to, let me join in on the fun. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself for not FOMOing, because, if I had gone in here, I probably would have gone stopped out, to be honest. I saw some 1 minute fair value gaps, some 5 minute fair value gaps. Thought about taking them, but I knew that we were pretty overstretched at this point. And I had a weird feeling that I probably would have gone stopped out and price wanted to come back. So stay patient and waited for my breakthrough entry, or my unicorn entry, sorry. So all in all, it was a pretty good entry, pretty good trade. I rode it all the way up to the highs up here. I actually used the 5 minute for some more precision right here. I put my stopper on there and then aim for the highs. Yeah, so it's about a 62 point move, risking about 22 points for about 2.7 RR. So pretty good. And as you can see, we ripped up. I'm not sure what this was up here, but ripped up and then came back down. So pretty good trade. I wrote it up to the highs just because I figured, if we're in a consolidation reversal profile, we're most likely going to take out intermediate buy side liquidity, which is up here. By the end of the day, and then probably continue higher towards external range, daily external range, which again is this guy right here. So that's just kind of my hypothesis. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting on Friday. I think we stay bullish and trade towards taking out this buy side liquidity here. We took out yesterday's low. Not only that, but we also closed above yesterday's high right here. So it's a pretty strong candle. Everything about these daily candles and the weekly candle indicate a consolidation reversal profile. So I'm thinking that Friday we're gonna maybe sweep some sell side in the morning and then move up to take out this buy side liquidity up here. Also, if you look at this manipulative leg and project out standard deviations, that buy side liquidity actually is pretty much in line with -2 standard deviations. So that's just another confluence. It's nothing like, I'm not like trying to predict the future or anything, but I just think that's a pretty good area to be targeting for tomorrow. How we get there, I'm not really 100% sure. There isn't much structurally right now for me to, say that we're going to sweep this or sweep that before we move up. I do think that we might see maybe this low, this hourly low, get swept in the morning before you move back up. That's a possibility. I don't see much else right now I think the overnight sessions are going to be telling. But I do feel like we will go and take out these highs. It's pretty close. It's not too far away. And I think that it's an obvious draw on liquidity for this week. But like I always say, take what the market gives you, adapt and react. That's the only way you'll be able to survive as a trader, especially in markets like this week. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful in some way. And again, if you want me to make more of these, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you finish the week off strong, and I will see you guys next time.